From Los Angeles and Nashville, get ready to go behind the scenes with Entertainment Dudes. What happens when you pair a director, a voice actor in a world, and some of the most interesting people in entertainment? You're about to find out. Hello, and welcome to the inaugural episode of EntertainmentDudes.com. I am Cam Cornelius, the voiceover dude, and...
I'm Jason Grossman, the director dude.
That's right. And what we're going to do is basically take you on a journey through the world of entertainment.
There's so much of it. I think everything from, we're going to look at everything from directing to acting to video games, cosplay, whatever floats our boat, really, and whatever kind of new things are coming out.
We just want to take you kind of behind the scenes and see what the industry's really like on the other side of the screen or the other side of the speaker, as it may be, or the microphone.
A microphone in this case.
That's right.
Like my nice microphone. What do you have on? You have something on your microphone. It looks like an egg beater. You know those ones that they used to use, and you know my mom had one of those. It was like it looked like an egg beater.
When I'm not beating eggs with this is actually a pop filter. So see, I go pa 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 pa.
Like
right?
mine here.
Now watch this. Pa 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 pa.
That sounded horrible.
Pa 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 pa. Much better.
No, I don't mean even with it. Just that pus just sounds terrible.
Pa 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 pa.
Pa 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 pa.
Work on my pause.
Okay. So recently I was working on a film.
Yes.
And it's just a short film I was working on. It's called Lark, and it was really funny because one of the actors, he's a pretty good actor. His name's Christian. He's sitting here and he walks up to this wall and he looks up at the wall, right? Mm-hmm. And I take this shot of him, and Ray Kennicks is the actress. She goes running by him, and it's just kind of one of those blooper moments. And so I find I've been editing on Final Cut X because I used to edit on Premiere. Well, I edited it on Final Cut, and then Final Cut decided to screw everybody, and I started editing on Premiere. And then
Final Cut is obviously not a sponsor.
No, because actually I just said I'm editing on Final Cut X now. I really like it, but they did decide to screw everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, because we were building all kinds of. I mean, how many Final Cut servers did we have? We just finished building a huge one of them. We had like 100 terabyte server at the time. That was massive because I think that's right when they did that switch. It was ridiculous. But anyway, so Final Cut has these options that you can click for settings in your video, and so if you click on it, it'll say like better quality, better performance, better whatever. And so I told Christian, I take this screen capture and I said, man, this Final Cut's got this amazing new tool. I said, here's your acting here. And I played it through. I was like, it's just mediocre. It's not exactly as good as I thought. I go, the Final Cut has this amazing tool. I was like, look, you click up here, right, and I click on it, dropped up to better performance. And so I clicked right there, and now let's play it back. Boom. Perfect. Thank you, Final Cut.
That's amazing.
It's a spectacular tool. Like, you could take terrible actors, better performance.
I wish that were true, Jason. But on this show, we'll actually have the opportunity to talk with actors on how they actually do better their performance. And editors on how they better their editing performance.
Nice.
That's
DPs,
right.
how they better their DP performance.
Yes. That's right.
So, and men, how they better their... Never mind. We're not going to talk about that on this show.
Don't go there. So anyway, let's talk about you, Jason, since we haven't really introduced ourselves and our credentials, et cetera, yet. You are an Emmy Award winner.
Yes.
Yes. Is that,
yes.
Is it in there anywhere?
The first of many. No, I leave it on my mantelpiece for the people who come into my house to look at by the fire.
Visited 45 countries.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, about 45.
You almost got arrested in China.
So... No, well, it's a... We're not supposed to talk about that. Okay. Stories.
I thought it had something to do with a Lazy Susan, or I don't know. So
yes.
Anyway, so okay.
Can I tell about that game?
You can tell, I guess. It's
pretty spectacular. So I like it. When you go to different countries in the world, you find out that most people everywhere you go are at the core the same.
Right.
Like we love our family, we love friends, we like food, we like to laugh, we want what's best for our lives, and family. Then you get into differences that really do separate cultures. But at the core, we like to laugh.
Spinners?
Yeah, we like fidget spinners. We like quarter-inch jack adapters.
We do. Of course, I don't know where mine is, so
yeah,
somewhere.
We like Mighty Mice. These mice are the best. The ones with the teeny wheel in them were terrible.
Microsoft ones work too.
Yeah, so. This is better. This is smooth. It's like if you rub it on your face, it's soft, and it kind of puts you to sleep.
Combination mouse shaver.
I think it's a brilliant idea. Then I can still see if I can move. Hey, look, I'm moving my mouse. Let's see if I can click on something while I shave. There, I did. I can. Nice.
Does it look better? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do they say? Anything's an improvement, right?
All right.
Yeah. Tangent. So anyways, in China they eat on a lazy Susan, right? So in the middle of the table, there's circular tables generally, and they have community bowls. So they bring everyone the food, they put it on a lazy Susan, like a lazy spinner. Precisely. Can you do it
like that?
Can you do an example? Yeah, just like this. Okay, so imagine this. So, and over there, they obviously eat with chopsticks, right? So you don't have a fork.
I don't have chopsticks. Here, hold on.
I do have chopsticks if I left the room.
Here we go. Hold on.
Found that. Perfect.
Try that. Okay.
Cam's going to demonstrate how this works.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I do is I told them, I said, why don't we play a game, okay? And they were like, okay, for thousands of years, they never thought of this idea, or maybe somebody did.
And Jason comes there and just boom.
Ruins everything. Well, I decided to start spinning the Lazy Susan, and I said, I want to see if you can spin the Lazy Susan, and I can take one piece of food out of every item that goes by and stick it in your mouth and eat it all before the Lazy Susan comes all the way around. So now you quick, and you have to eat it as fast as you can. Oh, they were dying laughing and howling, and everyone started trying, and then they ended up kicking us out of the restaurant.
Okay. And boom. Jason can never visit China again. So,
China.
China. Okay. Let's see. You have worked with such brilliant companies as CMT, GAC, Wix, Entertainment Tonight, Fox, and Lyric.
Yeah, Lyric Street Records. They used to be owned. They were owned by Disney, but they kind of went under, so they ended up finishing during the fiasco of the Pandora and all of those coming online.
Not because of your work with them.
Not because of what I did.
Okay, good.
That would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been good. So
that'd have been really sick. So, and Cam, dude, this guy's pretty spectacular. I'm just gonna take a moment here and just look at him because, gosh, just admire this man. Yeah, I know. They're like at each other.
Okay.
So, voiceover. DP worked a lot together. We worked a number of shows we ran together and did a bunch of work, and he was an awesome DP. Loved working with him. Also voiceover, primarily known for voiceover. I think he's worked with tons of companies. He's done you worked with CW Network, Paramount, Pandora. I know that you did Hardee's for a bit, Food Network.
Yep.
I also know that you got a bunch of really exciting kind of projects that you've been working on this year, and obviously three-time Emmy Award winner. And I see her over your right shoulder there.
Her may be cut out in our side-by-side.
Okay,
view.
well, we might want to bring her into frame because there is most people don't know there's a proper way to hold an Emmy when you get one. So we learned this. I learned this the first time I got to. Oh, there she is.
Just leave her right there.
Yeah, there we go. Just
there. Okay.
Just the ball in her head. So what to Cam? Tell me what's the proper way to hold an Emmy?
The proper way to hold an Emmy is not around the middle part like you normally see. It's cupping the base with your hand.
You got to hold it up because I can't see it.
And wings to the left.
Yeah, so wings to your left shoulder, and she faces to the right.
Yes.
The ball faces to the right.
And these are very sharp, by the way.
Yeah, so when you're holding it, show your platform hold. So yeah, then let's say when you're getting a picture with it, how do you hold it? Okay, by the base.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't actually
I
grab
don't
her.
have like enough width here and to actually show the whole thing. We can pop up a picture maybe of holding the Emmys. So
okay, all right, we'll do that. We'll do that. There she blows. So and there she goes. Goodbye. Oh, Emmy's coming back. Hi, Emmy. Oh, bye, Emmy. Oh gosh. She's coming back again. Bye. What a great girl. Goodbye, Emmy. I think this craft in this field and the reason why. There's the another one. Are you bringing up another one? Why does she look smaller?
Huh?
Is it because
they're different years? They changed they changed something, but they're all made by this company called R.S. Owens. So
R.S. Owens. I don't know. I think that one's a newer one, right? The one you're holding now.
Yeah, it's newer.
Oh, it looks cheaper to me than the other.
Shiny.
No, look at it.
Look
at the other one.
This is we'll have to go into the process of these things because they're like dipped in or coated in 7 different metals.
Are they really?
Amazing. The outside is actually gold, but there's copper in here. There's silver. It's crazy. So
that's really spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what do you have to do for an Emmy? How do you get an Emmy?
How do you get an Emmy?
Yeah, what do you have to do?
We can do a whole show on that. So let's reserve that for a whole show. But you have to do work in your field that is judged by your peers as worthy of the award from the Academy. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
The crazy part is I actually live right down the road from the Emmy Academy. I actually live in Los Angeles. That's where I am. So I work in film and TV stuff.
He lives close to your home.
So
sorry.
So what I might do is so out in front of the Emmys the Emmys headquarters is an enormous Emmy.
Right.
It's 20 feet tall. You've seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
So I think what I might do is take my Emmy and go get a picture next to Mama, and have her right there so we could actually see that place because it's pretty cool.
I have a friend who's a DP who also has an Emmy, and he dropped his Emmy, and the portion up here fell off, and he couldn't find it. So he replaced it with a little figurine of Elroy Jetson in his little spaceship, and so Emmy is now holding up his Elroy Jetson. So
isn't that sacrilegious or something?
See if I can find a picture of that. We'll pop that up too. So
I think if the Emmy priests come and they see that you've desecrated the Emmy, they execute you. I mean, I've heard that people use it on their hood ornament, in the front of instead of a Rolls Royce emblem, they have their Emmy.
The Emmy is when you get X amount of them, then you can do that. So.
What's that number? What's that magical number? When can you use an Emmy as an emblem for your car?
I think maybe about 3.
Oh, so you're pretty close.
I could, but I just don't like hood ornaments.
Yeah, I think they're pretty tacky.
So, yeah, they really are. Now, for instance, though, sometimes if I'm want to eat or something, I could use this as a fork.
Oh gosh. And as an egg, being if you twirl it really fast, you can mix food with. Mix your cookie dough with it.
So, I think we're running low on time for this episode. I think next time, we've got to show some of our demo work in our reels so people kind of see the stuff that we do and that we come up with and
great.
that we do every day. And coming up in this season, we're going to have all kinds of stuff. I think we're going to try to talk to some other voice actors. We're going to go into some motion capture studios. What about
Well, I teach over at the New York Film Academy sometimes too, so we have access to tons of amazing professors, teachers, industry professionals, cinematographers. We'll be able to go on the backlots of Universal. We'll be able to check out all kinds of really cool stuff as far as what's happening in LA. Also, we're continuing working on projects, so we're going to have everything from musicians to actors to directors, DPs. We're going to look at a lot of gear. We got good relationships with people out here. Some of the new lighting that's coming out, LED stuff that's happening, how it's been changing. Cameras, we'll look at cameras. We'll talk to how do you decide which cameras you want to use? How do you decide what stuff's how best to tell a story today with so many new options? Do you specialize in something? Do you learn everything? Do you have to continually update something? Should I own a camera? Do I have to keep updating my camera all the time? Everything from even like, how do I bill properly? How do I not get taken advantage of? One of the huge issues is when you're working with clients, do they pay up front, or do you do the work and then they pay you afterward?
How do you actually depend on where the client is too? So
and how all that stuff happens. So actually really looking at the business of how do you run a business when you're doing entertainment professions.
Right. And we'll run into, Jason and I each use a different CRM or customer relationship management tool. So we'll go into talking about some of that. And also, Jason right now is in LA, as he said, and I am based in Nashville. So, of course, we'll cover the music industry as well. We'll take you into some music studios. We'll talk to some country music singers and producers and all that fun stuff. So we've got a lot in store for this season.
Sure. And especially, too, if you kind of enjoy fandoms and you enjoy the creations around them and how to make those. We've got some spectacular, literally, cosplayers, some of the best, and the people that are involved in creating. One of the guys I work with, he designed the inside of the starship, Star Trek, the Enterprise, during the shows and stuff. So some really cool, talented people we're getting a chance to have a blast with. And a lot of times it's just going to be you and me behind this camera talking like this. Sometimes we're going to be together. Sometimes we'll be apart, but sometimes we're going to be out on set. We'll be on the sets. We'll be going to cool different places. We'll be actually visiting locations and doing interviews with people. The show will literally go anywhere and everywhere. Like, we don't care. We just want to have fun, and we want you to have fun.
Wherever there is entertainment, we shall be there. There we shall be.
Oh, now you're slow. You're lagging.
I'm lagging? Oh,
very lagging.
I think that means it's time for us to sign off on this first inaugural edition, or this first edition, or it means the same thing, doesn't it? of EntertainmentDudes.com.